video, we are going to be able to add in our chords. To first do that, we need to make a new track. Look up here where it says the plus sign and click on it. Make sure Blue Software Instrument is selected and press Create. We now need to make this a piano, not a classic electric piano. To do that, go to the instrument library on the left. If you can't see it, make sure this drawer icon, which is on the very top left, is selected. Then go down to the bottom left where you see the words Vintage Electric Piano and click on it once. This will bring up your entire instrument library. You probably won't have these circles with arrows that mean download like I do. Click on Piano in the middle and select either Yamaha, Steinway, or Bosendorfer Grand Piano. Today I'm going to select Yamaha. Before I go any further, I now need to make sure that advanced tools are turned on. To do that, look in the center where these tools are and my mouse is. If you see two of them, that's great. You have advanced tools turned on and you can move on. If you're someone who doesn't see that, you only see one, you will do the following. Go up at the top left where it says Logic Pro, click, press Settings, or it might say Preferences, and choose Advanced. From there, make sure that this box that says Enable Complete Features is ticked. If it's unticked, you'll only see one selection here, so you need to tick it to see two. Once that's done, click on the red cross sign. We're now going to change this secondary tool. Yours will probably look like a pointer or look like a plus sign. We need to change it to the pencil tool. So click on the right one and choose pencil tool. What happens is when you press down Command on the keyboard, it changes your mouse. So if you can see here, I have a cursor. Now I'm going to hold down Command and I see a pencil. This lets me add things. So I'm going to go over here to the first bar in my Yamaha Grand Piano track. I'm going to Command click, and it's going to give me one bar of empty Yamaha Grand Piano. I'm then going to grab onto the bottom of the track where there's a bracket and two arrows and drag it over so that I have 4 bars in total. That means it stops at the start of the 5th bar. If you do this incorrectly and you grab the top of the track, it will look like this. This is not correct. This is called a loop. It just repeats. You want to extend the track. So grab at the bottom and extend to the start of bar 5. Double click on it and you'll now see what's called the piano roll. If you already had this open, double clicking will make it go away. So you want to have the piano roll open. We're now going to add our chords. Our chords, remember, have 3 notes in them in total. And our chord sequence is going to be A minor, E minor, G, and C. So A minor will have 3 notes. And the 3 notes of A minor are A, C, and E. To get this moody sound, I'm going to choose these notes a little bit lower. So find where it says C3 and count backwards to find A. And I'm going to Command click on A. And if I hover over it, it will say A2. That's what I want. Now, in my case, it automatically filled the entire bar, which is what I want. But let's say that your A only filled up this small space. Simply grab it, just like before, and drag. You're now going to do the same thing for a C on top and an E on top of that. Now I have my first chord. We're going to do the same thing for the next chord. So my next chord is E minor. So E minor has E, G, and B. So I've already got this E here. That's great. Now I'm going to count down to find B. So there's a C, count back 1 to find B. And then G, I'm going to count there. There's my G. And there's my E minor chord. Scrolling over, I now need to add in my G major chord, which is G, B, and D. So keep the G, keep the B, and add in the D, which is this key here, hovering over And finally, I end with C major, which is C, E, and G. So keep the G, find the C, and find the E. Let's listen to that now. I can get back to the beginning by pressing this button here. I think it sounds pretty good so far. I'm really happy with that. Your sound might be a bit muffled from mine, but your own track should sound correct. Now, this is good, but I want it to sound even moodier. So I'm going to add a simple bass line at the bottom. Going to add the first note of each chord, again lower. So first I had an A, so I'm going to add an A down here. Then I had E minor, so I'm going to add an E. Then I had G, so I'm going to add a G. And finally, I'm going to add a C. This is going to give it some more depth. Let's listen now. Great, I'm really happy with that. Finally, I need to press this and click Command R to repeat it. And I need to change the track name here. So where it says Yamaha Grand Piano, double click on it and type in Chords, C-H-O-R-D-S. Hit enter to save. And finally press Command S to save when you're done. Well done on completing your chords for your track.